I bought my first rental at 19, and these four mistakes cost me time, money, and stress. So the planned budget was supposed to be $15,000. The actual ending budget was $18,000. So we went over by $3,000. And one of the main reasons it went over was because of the flooring. The flooring cost $3,000 more dollars than what I expected it to cost. So one of the main things I would like to teach you guys is that you should put a buffer budget in your budget of about five to $10,000 extra, so you have extra money so you aren't stuck. But honestly, the money wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was the rehab took 3 months instead of 1 to 2 months. So the expected timeline was 1 to 2 months. This what actually happened was 3 months. It dragged out mainly because of how long it took to put in all the flooring and to put all the paint on the walls and to fix everything in the house. And so one of the biggest impacts it had on was rent. I didn't get a month to 2 months of extra rent, and it caused a lot of stress on me. So after making this mistake, I made this next mistake that had nothing to do with construction. So the next thing that went wrong was poor tenant screening on my part. Um, I assumed that tenant screening would be nice and easy, and if they're making enough money, then they would be good to go right into the property. I didn't necessarily rush what I did. It's just I didn't fully take into account how much my utilities would cost for my tenants. So there's definitely an emotional side of ownership. Being at a young age, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of responsibility, and there are a lot of family expectations on you that you have to deal with. So I would definitely say that having rental property at a young age can cause a lot of stress, a lot of mental load, a lot of um, things will go on in your brain and it can cause some mental health issues. So I would just recommend to be very safe with getting into this business. So I'd just like to preface this. I knew what I was getting into whenever I got into this. I just didn't think it would be this much stress and this much accountability on me. Um, so one of the biggest lessons that I would teach you guys is that um, the overall stress and workload can be a lot, but you just have to try to push through it, find ways to um, better your mental health, and keep pushing them through. So, some things I would like to reflect on is make sure you understand how long the rehab's going to take, how much it's going to take. Make sure you screen your tenants right, and make sure you have your mental health taken into account to all of this. So, overall, I don't regret buying this rental, but if you're starting out, learn from these mistakes that I've made. So, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribe.